Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Power Man Podcast. My name is Rory Paquette. I am, as always, your incredibly grateful host. Folks, thank you so much for being here today and for tuning in to our Steel Core foundational, drops that we're putting out here. These are shorter episodes just to sort of give you something to start your day with, get your mind right, straighten up that spine, and get you moving correctly out there in throughout your workday, throughout your day, whatever you're doing. And gentlemen, just being a man, all right, in this world that does everything they can to fight against you for doing just that. If you're a friend of the program, and I know you are, well, I want to thank you for being that. And it is time for us to take a sip of our preferred beverage. So here we go. Man, that is great stuff. Just made a whole new pot. Absolutely fantastic stuff, you guys. Um, well, if you're a friend of the program, then you know what it is we're drinking. That's right. It's Freedom Hill Coffee at Freedom Hill Coffee on Instagram. Look them up, check them out. Deep, dark, rich, bold, and beautiful. Just like my wife. Folks, they brew a mean bean. It's a fantastic cup of joe. They do all the right things for all the right reasons, and they support veterans, which is one of the biggest reasons why we support them. Folks, if you're a veteran, then I want to thank you and your family for everything that you've done. If you're not out there doing what you are doing, what you've already done, folks, I don't get to sit here and have any kind of an opinion at all. I don't get to sit here and speak because it would have been taken away from you already. But you went out there and you fought for those rights and you made sure that we have this show. You made sure that we have these rights in this country. And I am forever grateful for you, to you, for leaving that legacy for my children. So, folks, Freedom Hill Coffee feels exactly the same way. And I want you to look them up and check them out over at Freedom Hill Coffee on Instagram. All right? Tell them Power of Man sent you. Let me get one more sip of that before we get rolling into tonight's episode. All right, gentlemen. As we go to start our day, I want to share a thought with you. And the fact of the matter is that we all spend way too much time alone. Yeah, way too much time alone. Guys, I think a lot of us have transitioned from alone over to lonely. That's not a place where we want to be. When you are alone, when you can't share with anybody, when you can't speak to another human being, when you don't get that connection, it wears on you. I mean, over time, it wears you down. I work alone all day, and so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. I podcast, so I'm interviewing, or I'm doing coaching calls, or I'm doing sales calls all day long for my business, and I will start at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I don't go until maybe midnight. I'll keep on rocking and rolling. So I'm alone all day long. My wife isn't here. I'm in the studio and I'm recording and doing what I'm doing. But it gets lonely. And every once in a while, I'll start talking out loud just because I need to hear myself talk, right? And I'll be like, that was a pretty good episode. Yeah, I like the way we did that. I'm not talking to anybody in particular. It's just me sitting here talking to myself in my house, right? But the reason we do that is because we need that interaction. We need to have some kind of connection with other people. And unfortunately, as men, we settle in to this idea that we can just be the lone wolf. We can just be all by ourselves. We don't need anybody. You know what? I can sit here. I can watch TV. I can work from home. I can do what I want. Nobody can tell me anything. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, we've got to stop spending so much time alone because it's starting to hurt us. It's starting to kind of tear us apart. And the worst part is that it's tearing us apart as men and as groups of men. It's tearing us apart and making us vulnerable. It's making us weak because we are completely alone. And we don't have another brother to lean on. We don't have another brother to help keep us strong. Guys, we got to stop spending so much time being alone. And here's the final reason why I really want to put this out there. I mean, other than, the mental health issues and all the other stuff that goes along with it, is that I really don't believe in my heart of hearts that we are called as men, as fathers, as husbands, but as men. I don't believe that we're called to be isolated. I don't believe that we're called to be alone. I don't think that we've been called to check out, to quit, to walk away, right? I absolutely believe in my heart that we have all been called to lead. Whether it's leading other men, whether it's leading men and women, whether it's leading, huge groups or organizations or the military, whether it is simply leading yourself as an individual forward into life and not just staying in some blah status. We are called to lead. Now, we run a group like this. It's called Power Man Within. And we recently switched everything over to where we are trying right now. What we are doing is we are coaching coaches. I want to launch at least 100 new coaches out into the world, coaching men in particular, but coaching nonetheless this year in 2026. We've launched a bunch already. And my goal is to hit 100. That goal is going to take a little bit of doing because all of you out there who are sitting there listening to what I'm saying right now going, man, outside, bad. Other people, bad. Can't trust them. I just need to sit here and be alone. I can order my food in, get delivered it right to my door. I can have my groceries brought right to my door. I don't need to go outside. If I have a work from home job, I'm all set. Life is great. Gentlemen, you have to go get that interaction. You have to go get that connection. And if you're not getting it in your regular life, then you know what? You got to join the group. Join our group, join a group somewhere. Power a Man Within on Facebook. Go look us up. It's not that tough. The link is in the show notes. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, like thousands and thousands of other people are, all you need to do is just click that link. It'll take you right to the spot, right to our group. We have been called to lead other men, to lead our families. And you don't have any idea what your potential is in that area until you try. I can already hear the chorus of men going, well, I'm not a leader. I don't need to be up front. I mean, look, I'm perfectly fine, just staying back here. You guys go ahead, you hoorah and rahoo and get going, right? But me, I'm good. I don't need to lead anybody or anything. It's a cop-out. It's taking the easy road. Because you see, gentlemen, the reason that we're called to lead in the end is because that is the greatest responsibility, to lead. You are setting an example for others to follow. You are encouraging them to follow. And there's no guarantee that they will follow because they don't have to. That's what leading's about. Leading is about connecting with people and saying, come with me. Here's why. Here's what I believe. Here's what I want to build. Here's what I'm trying to do. When you can reach that in your heart of hearts and you can say, man, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be isolated. I want to just reach out. I want to be part of groups. I want people to be inviting me out places. Look, when you get to that realization, there's stuff to do, brother. There are steps to take. You might need to get a haircut and shave off the caveman beard since you've been hiding in your apartment for the last 3 years. But hey, there are steps to take and things to do. All right. What I'm asking of you is to not wait until it's too late. Don't wait until, they're dragging your body out of your apartment because you died alone. Don't sit there and let your health just deteriorate. Your mental health, your physical health. Don't let it just drop off and die. If you're going to go down swinging. Okay, if you're going to go out in a fight, then you know what? Fight with your brothers. Bring your brothers along. Guarantee they'd love that. Gentlemen, it is time for us to step up and take on our righteous purpose. You got to put on the armor of God. Grab the belt, grab the shield, grab the helmet. You're being called by a higher power to lead. The only thing stopping you from that is your own inner dialogue that is right now actively trying to convince you not to do that. Because that inner dialogue doesn't... Sorry, I get a little choked up. because I've been down this road and I've been very alone. Gentlemen, that inner dialogue is not there to help you. That's spiritual warfare at its finest. That's evil telling you to isolate, to stay alone. Because they know that when you get around a group of your brothers, a group of like-minded men, they know that when you have that connection and you have that engagement, that you are going to grow. Evil knows that you are absolutely going to turn into something you've never been before. Because you see, when men come together like that, the cooperative, the collection, the connection is so intense, it's so strong that we lift each other up in the process. And gentlemen, we all need that. We need that to light our fire. We need that to dig deep in here and find our power that we let go dormant so many years ago because we just gave up and caved in. Gents, I want to see you out on the battlefield. I want to see you out there doing what you need to do. I want to see every man at his post, ready to roar. In order to do that, we have to stop making the enemy's job so damned easy. The enemy doesn't even have to beat us anymore. They just have to wait until we beat ourselves, and then they come by and they pick the bones. I'm telling you. Reach out. Grab that connection. Find it. It's here. And if you can't find anywhere else to go, or if you're looking for a first step, Power of Man Within on Facebook. At Power of Man Within on Facebook. Go, jump, grab it. Go for that brass ring. You can do it. Gentlemen, it's time. It's time to accept our roles, accept our calling, and step into leadership as if we've always been there. It's time to show the world that we are not followers. We're the ones blazing the trail ahead. That's what I've been doing for years. And I hope that you will all decide to come with me on this one. Let's go build some true leaders, some leaders of men. The reason that I want this for you is because I desperately want you to be able to find your power. I want you to be a better provider, a better protector, a better leader tomorrow than you are today. I want you to be a better father, a better husband, a better man tomorrow than you are today. And the reason that I want that for you is because I know what it's like to feel like you have no value, to feel like you don't matter, to feel like it's not worth it. And that's why every single episode I tell you guys, you do matter. You do have value. And brother, you are worth it. You just have to believe it. Until next time.